Hello and welcome to Virtual Softball Academy. Today we're going to be talking about the illegal pitch. My name is Kim Guider and I was a college softball coach for over 15 years, and I've had the opportunity to teach thousands of young ladies how to pitch. I've had young ladies who've gone on to win a gold medal, gone on to Division I, Division II, and many other levels of softball. I think it's important to understand why being a college coach is different than being a youth pitching coach. In college, you have these young ladies come to you and their mechanics are very set. You're not going to be able to change them much because they've learned to pitch a certain way and been doing it a long time. As a youth coach, you have a lot of power to mold these young ladies and give them correct mechanics that will serve them well in the future. I want to talk about the purpose of these videos. We want to be uplifting and educational and help young ladies to be the best pitchers that they can be and hopefully someday be recruited to college. We are not here to rip apart any current pitchers. With that being said, what makes a pitch illegal? So let's take a look at the NCAA rule for pitching. Part 1. Leaping is not allowed. The pitcher may not become airborne on the initial drive. The pivot foot must slide or drag on the ground. This is very straightforward, so as long as the back foot is dragging on the ground, our pitcher is legal. It's this second part of the rule where we have a difficult time interpreting it. The pitcher is not allowed to hop or drag to a replant, gain a second starting point, and push off her pivot foot. Once having lost contact with the pitcher's plate, the pivot foot may trail on the ground, but may not bear weight again until the pitch is released. So that's a very difficult thing to interpret because, in my opinion, if you are dragging your foot, by essence of dragging it, you are putting weight on it. Obviously, we understand what they want. We don't want a pitcher to be able to hop in front of the pitching rubber, reestablish a position, and pitch from there. But our goal here is to try and let young ladies throw as hard as possible within the rules. So what we need to have is a pitching motion that is smooth, where we drag that back foot on the ground. What we are not going to do here is nitpick how much weight is okay to have on the back foot. We want your pitcher to be legal. We want her to throw as hard as possible, and for that to happen, her motion needs to be smooth and her back foot needs to be dragging on the ground. This is the most common type of illegal pitch we see called is the back foot clearly coming off the ground and airborne and then coming back down. So let's finally get to it. What causes this type of illegal pitch? Number 1, overstriding. Young ladies think maybe it's by instruction, but that if they stride out farther, they're going to throw harder. That is definitely not the case. So overstriding can make an illegal pitch happen. The second cause is an improper sequence of body movements at the initial push. If we don't get our knee up and our body turned at the right time in the motion, our weight will be in the wrong spot and we're going to end up with our back foot off the ground like we saw in that video. And number 3, a lack of strength and balance. Remember, our young pitchers are trying to throw as hard as possible. That's part of the fun of pitching, is to try and throw the ball as hard as you can. And because we're not developed physically at the younger ages, we lose our balance, we lose we call it a stack position, we lose our posture, and our back foot comes off the ground. Now that we've established what an illegal pitch is and what's causing it, in our next video, we're going to discuss how to correct it.